Here with Hofstra women's basketball head coach Krista Hilgren-Stavetsky following a loss to UNCW. We'll start with coach's overall thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously nothing good to say when you lost to a team that won their first conference game, right? So, we knew they'd come on some emotional highs and they'd, come off that energy. They had those kind of momentum shifts when they were playing Northeastern in their last game, and I just don't think we answered to that very well. Obviously, we didn't.
Coach Alexis had 29 minutes off the bench today, only one turnover. Also had that big bucket towards the end to bring it to 1 point. What did you think of her today?
I mean, great. It's just unfortunate we didn't get that last connection. And I talked about it before we even came out of the huddle. Hey, we really need to get open, make sure we get open. And I think she could have, been a little bit more patient on that. But it doesn't go down to the last play. It doesn't go down to the last play, period. I mean, and she still actually, so it got busted. Great players make plays. She still had a great, wide open look. When I go back to the film, I mean, she still had a wide open three. So that's some of the things that she'd watched a lot of film after William and Mary, her and Bugs obviously, and then actually the whole team did, and they were just watching, their tempo, how they played. We weren't taking care of the basketball. We still had 19 turnovers a day, but big on her to try to come back after that. I mean, the kid loves the game, and she's always, her intentions are always extremely good, but, it would have been a lot nicer for her to have the win and be looking back and saying I only had one turnover.
And Coach, the fourth quarter outscored 18-9 by UNCW. What happened offensively there?
Well, the momentum of the third quarter too, right? So we were trying to stop that momentum of the third quarter. I think we ended the third quarter with a 5-point lead, and kind of off of some of their momentum runs, and it was physical. I mean, that was the most unfortunate thing I was trying to tell the officials pretty much from the start of the game, just to watch some of the offsetting physicalities, but And the whole third and fourth quarter, I kept telling my crew, you already see how it's going to be called, then you've got to make an adjustment, and I don't think that's what we did. We didn't make an adjustment. They got even a little bit more aggressive, and, they won that battle. Obviously, Rocky, comes and hits 2 threes and then makes a layup. We didn't do a good job of making that adjustment, with her. It was could have been a switch between Liv and Bugs and some miscommunications there, and then it becomes a little overwhelming in that shift.
Yeah, Coach, Rocky and Suggs particularly, 23 points and 15 points, and Rocky had 15 in the final quarter. You sort of spoke to it, like what were they doing that was so hard? How were they able to get open so many times for looks?
It was the momentum shift of the game, right? And on a deeper level, something that I just addressed with my team, we started having a little self-doubt. Saw it on one of the timeouts, and nobody's going to ever back down, not in this league. Doesn't matter what their record is, doesn't matter. People are fighting and they're desperate, and they're, as Coach Kahn said it in the room, what makes us not to act any less desperate than they were acting. And to me, that was the difference between that. I can't say they wanted it more. They just were much more desperate and played harder in that stretch. You guys witnessed it, so there's not much else I can do to cover that up.
3 of 10 from the charity stripe. What do you just have to say about the, lack of free throws?
That was actually the first thing I said. I heard DK on the bench the entire time. Why are we settling? Why are we not getting to the cup? They're fouling every time. Bizarre, because we did a better job at their place getting to the basket. We didn't get much production out of Callan. Maybe we could have. When we got into the basket, we could have found her. But that was the time that Aliana finally got to the basket and made the layup. Literally, it was one of Denise's last straws of screaming, and then she's the one that gets to the basket. So that was, that was really frustrating. That was actually the first thing that I mentioned. And then obviously, once again, 3 for 10. If you knew the amount of free throws that we shoot in a week, you would be mind-boggled. But again, that falls suit with the mental component of the game. With us, there's so many mental components that we're not strong enough. And then, it's raising its ugly head because physically we can make a free throw. I can shoot all week 100 free throws a day, and we can shoot, close to 75, 80%, if not higher, really, 85%. And, but our mental, aptitude on the floor is not carrying over.